Okay, I'm calling this week's post A Stranger in Paradise. I was out last week, didn't go very far, just up to Chiefland, which is actually it's a couple hundred miles by the time it's all said and done up the road getting to the lower Swanee River area and Cedar Keys. And I've been gone for 20 years. And when I was back, I was only back for 5 years, and I was up in D.C. and down in New Orleans. And for a number of years prior to that, I was over in England and Ireland. So, it's quick to learn that Americans don't go to the toilet, they go to the restroom. Or I saw it called something else, but if you ask where the toilet is, uh, they look at you like you're a foreigner, generally. And all the toilets are inside. Whereas, I posted many times in Thailand, especially PTT, had this very clean, very, very well looked after. There was a line of urinals there and toilets and a handicapped toilet. And it wasn't inside, which seemed a much more sanitary thing to me. And then sometimes finding them in these places, they're generally in the that I stumble on them or look for them, or in these great big huge mini marts like Circle K and whatever petrol at gasoline stations, and they're generally clean enough, but I don't know why they have to be inside. I mean, the material is such nowadays, stainless steel and that, and it's easy to clean. And considering the number of people out of work hiring somebody to clean these things and look after them, for 24 hours a day, seems to be something that makes sense. I'm sure the argument I'm going to get, or I have already gotten, is, homeless people are going to move into them. And I'm sorry, I find that just an excuse. The toilets in places like this belong outside in a separate building, and especially at these big truck stops. Well, as a matter of fact, a number of these big truck stops have shower facilities inside of them as well, and I don't know. I find it quite strange. The other day up in outside Chiefland, I have trouble finding something to eat in a lot of these places because if I look in a restaurant, these people are hidden behind piles of food, and I've seen healthy food coming back from Washington D.C. First road trip down happened this one place in Lexington, as a matter of fact, Virginia, that had a real nice grilled piece of catfish, uh, some vegetables and something else. But generally speaking, it's not what I see in most places. So I hadn't eaten since like midday the day before, when I had stopped at a Publix, the big grocery store here, and I generally pick up a salad or a thing of fruit or whatever, and have something to eat. But I went into because Burger King, they supposedly grill there, whatever. And I haven't been into Burger King for God 40 years probably. I remember when they came out with that big burger, and I walked into the restaurant and I said, "Yeah, let me have that big burger, the special there." And the woman kept, I mean, she said, "Oh, you mean the Whopper?" And there's no way I was going to say, "I'm hungry, give me a Whopper." But anyhow, uh, they had, it was the meal deal or whatever it was, which was a small thing of chips, French fries, a drink, and a burger. And I said, "Okay, the small one." So they give me this big, huge glass, and I go, "Well, what do I do with this?" And there's a machine. down the end, which they kind of had to help me because I didn't know. But the one thing they did have in the machine was Barks root beer, which I haven't seen in years. And I had a, but I couldn't finish the drink. Anyhow, so they brought my small burger. First of all, I had the small fries, which was more than I would generally eat in about 3 meals. And then they brought what was the small burger. And the thing is, if I'm going to have a burger, I kind of want to taste the burger. And it's covered in this, sort of pink, they call it the secret sauce or whatever. And, a bunch of limpy lettuce on it. And I guess nowadays you can ask, just give me a plain burger. But, I wasn't aware of it. And there was no way I could finish that either. And the room I was staying in, luckily enough, had a microwave, but you can't really microwave one of these burgers. It doesn't really work. So I ate, a few of the French fries and some of that, and carried off the Barks root beer, which lasted me. Matter of fact, I think I finished it for breakfast the next day. But anyhow, it's going to be 6 months coming up soon in the next month or so. And I still feel like a real stranger here in paradise. And that's sort of from my desk for this week. Y'all take care and look forward to talking to you again soon. Cheers. Bye bye.